Squirrel Rosenberg Podcast, coming to you live and direct from the lab on this beautiful Thursday night. You know how we love to do here. Get it in, open the door, let that cool breeze blow off the river, coming right off the Patterson Falls. We're here, people in the lab, enjoying, identical green bottles at the table as we kick back, relax, sip on some Heinekens. By the way, the best beer ever made. Bong, I want to give a big shout out to Heineken for providing the libations tonight. But right now, I want to give a big shout out to everybody who tuned into the live show. It was phenomenal. I'm not really going to tag it right now because you're just going to see it was epic. Let me put this way. Jamaican flavor all day. So once again, welcome everybody for tuning into this podcast. I have a special guest in house tonight, and you know how we do. I'd like to give a big shout out to my crew. Put this together. Big shout out to Manny behind the camera. Thank you so much for being here. Big shout out to E holding us down on the south. Bong, bong, bong. I want to give a big shout out to the people in the Peanut Gallery that stopped in. Big shout out to my boy Punch. You know, you've seen him on our podcast. You've heard him on the SoundCloud. Big shout out to the other guests in the house providing that energy. Yo, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your energy, ladies and gentlemen. So tonight, we got a chance to kick back with an entrepreneur, a producer, a promoter, a market genius. We're going to give him that marquee right now so he can definitely deliver as he has said he has. Ladies and gentlemen, put a big round of applause to my boy Bizzy. Thank you so much for coming up, bro. I really appreciate you for being here. Bong, bong, bong. Thank you so much, man. How you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling good.
Nice. So when we met initially, and I said, I love everything that we spoke about, and just an organic powwow, and I said, would you be a guest on my show? I was really excited that you took my invitation.
Yeah, I took the opportunity, of course. I'm not going to not take an opportunity, you feel me?
Nice. And I like that because
I try to put my face on everything. That's what it is.
No, yeah. Actually, in that first couple lines, on Squirrel Rosenberg Radio, when you say something profound, we call it dropping a jewel.
Right.
And in those few couple lines, you did drop a jewel because you said you take advantage of every opportunity. So right now, I just want to let everybody know, right out the gate, Bizzy's dropping jewels, because with that philosophy, you can't go wrong. You remember that Jim Carrey movie where he had to say yes to everything? You know what I mean? You saw how quick his life changed the minute he started saying yes to everything. Mm-hmm. Things started happening. So I appreciate you for taking the opportunity, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me here.
It's an honor. So usually as we get ready to build, I like to ask my guests, when you were here last week for the first time.
Yeah.
So what was your impression when you walked into the studio?
I was looking at it and I was like, yeah, I could work with this.
Yeah, right?
They got some stuff here I could use. Some of my artists could use, feel me?
Well, that's what we try to create, we call it a conducive creative environment, because that's what happened to the show. It creatively came together. Of course, we had the Heinekens to create the energy and keep it moving. So, Bizzy, let me know exactly what you're working on, and I'll tell you right now, I want to dig into who you are, where you're coming from, where you're going, and the people that you're working with, and the impact you're trying to make.
All right,
so you know exactly how we're going to ride through this podcast, all right? So as we jump into this real quickly, let me ask you this. How did you get into promoting and marketing others?
So pretty much my boy Sosa, he lives in Patterson. He lives out here.
Okay.
Feel me? He moved out South Jersey, and he was like, yo, Bizzy, you got to hear this. So I was like, all right. So I listened to this song. It was Fetty Wap. It was Trap Queen. And
this is before Fetty was...
Yeah, this was before Fetty was famous. And I was like, yo, this record is crazy. Like, it's ridiculous. And I was like, couldn't get it out of my head. It was catchy. It was
Which was Trap Queen, right?
Yeah, Trap Queen.
Wow. So before that record even blew, because you hear the vocals sometimes, you hear some of these records, and they're like, it's not that. But you knew right off the bat that this was a hot record. So what was your affiliation with all that?
So pretty much like, on social media, I was heavy on the social media at the time, and I would just like repost all his stuff, like just pretty much just getting everybody to follow him and listen to his music. He was your boy? Nah, just because I thought it was dope. I didn't even know him at the time.
Wow.
Yeah, I just thought it was dope. Like that. I don't know what it was. It was just catchy and it just got me. I was like, yo, so everybody got to hear this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's how you got on. Wow, big. So let's go back to the beginning of Bizzy.
Yeah.
What was the family makeup like? Because I'm trying to find out how you got to where you are right now. Brothers, sisters, mother. What was that like?
I got two younger sisters.
Okay.
We're all 5 years apart from me.
Okay.
So
you are the oldest in the family.
I'm the oldest. Yeah.
So what's that like?
It's crazy. So, like I went from having like all girls in the house to like, you know, I got some guys in the house finally. Feel me? Like
gonna balance the estrogen right there.
Out, you know, my sons. Feel me? So now it's like it's better. It's even.
Nice.
We drive them crazy.
So let me ask you this: living around, the woman, was that advantageous? What was your perspective on all that?
Nah, cause it was just like I try to get them to be like tomboyish, do like do like boy things.
Right, which end of the day, you know, make the woman more resilient. You know, she can actually do for herself.
Right.
You know, so I definitely understand and appreciate that. One of the things I'm trying to find out is, as you were going through high school, were you always into the promoting and marketing thing, or how did you,
Nah.
what were you doing in high school?
When I was in high school, I was like, you know, I was playing ball. I wasn't really like, you know, like active with the internet, stuff like that. I was just playing ball. Then I got locked up, so.
Talk to me on that. Let's talk about that real quick. What happened?
Nah, I got locked up. Like I got caught up in the gym. You feel me? It was a robbery. Feel me?
Okay.
So got caught up. They caught us. Feel me? So I had to sit because I wasn't telling. You feel me? So
Okay.
I sat, and then we came out, and they let me graduate when I came back. But it was like I had to do like a week of homeschool because they were like, "Yo, you can't come to school right now because."
Right.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, and be very straight up with me. Now that you're here, and take a bird's eye view back on that experience, that moment, that time going into that building, would you have done it again?
Yeah. Reason why, because that shit changed my life. Like it made me have like a different outlook on life. Like if I didn't do that there and then, I probably would have been dead somewhere doing something else crazy.
Squirrel Rosenberg Radio. Let's talk about it on Squirrel Rosenberg Podcast. That was, my dude. Yo, toast to that green bottle, bro. Let's just bring up the Heinekens and toast to that answer. Here's why I appreciate that answer. Not everybody have that perspective or that retrospective look on the bad experiences in their life.
Yeah.
And I am completely impressed at the answer. And if you don't mind, so my guests go, oh, what did we miss? Could you repeat your answer to that question, my friend?
I said,
would you do it again?
Yeah, I would do it again because I'll probably end up somewhere worse than that. You know, that took me to like change my life. It told me I got to do something different.
Big.
Something positive.
Big.
Yeah.
Squirrel Rosenberg Podcast, sitting here with my boy Bizzy. We're going to get even deeper on this. We're going to take a quick break, come back. Yo, thank you so much for dropping jewels. Yo, check this out, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to learn how this young man is changing his life and making an impact right now, not only on social media, but across every platform. One. Rosenberg Podcast, coming back with my guest Bizzy. Interesting conversation, enlightening, honest, true. I really appreciate you for sharing what you've shared with that experience. And as we move on this one, I just wanted to actually touch bases on a couple of things. One is, let's just lift up the green bottle and toast again to Heineken, sponsor. I'm courting to be here as we have this conversation. I wanted to touch on your experience coming out and noticing and making that shift. Mm-hmm. And as you started implementing some new habits, what are some of the first things you started doing so other people out there in your similar situation can say, hey, I can recover from that experience? What are some of the things you implemented immediately?
Like, I started cutting people out, you know what I mean, that weren't doing nothing for themselves, because they're not going to do nothing for me.
Okay, we got to say that again, dude. Hold up. You're not going to sneak Jules by me. Squirrel Rosenberg Podcast. So cool, so suave. He's dropping Jules under the low. Say that again, my friend.
I stopped, hanging out with people that's not doing nothing for themselves because, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to be doing nothing because that's my crowd. So I wasn't, I was trying to go further with my life. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm Jamaican, and of course, that's already known. But my mom always gives me this. Oh, let me give a big shout out to the Patterson Police for providing the ad libs consistently during the middle of the podcast. They're never without fail. Thank you so much, Patterson's finest. Anyway, as I was saying, my mom always says, birds of a feather flock together. And it's contagious, the people you hang around with. So I give you a big shout out for that. I am going to take a quick break right now, come back, jump into a couple new things as we talk about your artists and all those new acts that you're dealing with right now. Squirrel Rosenberg Podcast. We'll be right back with my boy Bizzy and jump to some fresh music. One. Squirrel Rosenberg Podcast, coming back with my guest, Bizzy. Thank you so much for being here again, my friend, and sharing what you've shared so far. So we touched on how you were influenced, and I wanted to connect because I look on your arm and you got that 1738 tattoo.
Yeah.
Let me know that connection there.
Nah, that's just my bro, feel me? Like, I fucks with WAP, feel me? I got mad love for WAP, feel me? He showed me some love, feel me? So, show him back, feel me?
Let's touch on the fact that, because I know in the beginning of the powwow we're having, you mentioned that initially when you heard his stuff, you didn't know him.
Yeah.
So how did you get to meet him? Or when did you meet him?
He hit me on the gram and shit, and he was like, yeah, like, he was like, I forgot what he said, whatever, but like, he had hit me because I told him where I was at, like where I was located and shit. And he was like, yo, I'm coming through, like I'm close by and shit. So, popped up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, feel me? And that was the first time I met him, feel me? And he wasn't like, like famous or nothing yet, like that. Like people heard Track Queen, but they ain't like, like.
Wasn't on yet, I'm popping. Yeah.
So like, we built off that shit, feel me? And I ain't like.
Have you ever asked yourself why he reached out to you on the Instagram?
Yeah, I ask myself that all the time.
Because I'm pretty sure he was talking to a couple thousand people at that time, no?
Yeah, I was like, damn, that shit's crazy for me. That shit's crazy, but he humble dude. So yeah.
Yeah, we've had a couple of people on the show that are affiliated with him, and it seems to be synonymous that he's a very humble guy. So
yeah,
that's big. That's big. So let me know some of the artists you're working with right now, or
I'm working right now. My main focus right now is Rummy Boy Punchy, you feel me? That's my boy right now.
Yo, big shout out to Punch. Give a big round. Yo, big shout out to Punch boy, because I gotta tell you, he came through and blessed us with a freestyle on a SoundCloud that is classic. How did you meet Punch?
Punchy, like, pretty much I met Punchy like through all this whole journey I was taking, like meeting like WAP, feel me? Like pretty much I got put on to him from like WAP. Like he was showing me like all the people like in the camp. So I was like, all right, we're the whole RGF camp. I was meeting everybody. I still was meeting people, like more and more people. Like the squad is deep. You know
Yeah.
So I met him like that, and then me and him we clicked. You feel me? I was like, yo, I fuck with your music, and he was just like, yeah, this shit.
Yeah, we're playing some of that in the background right now. What's the name of this record that we're banging up right now? Let's just let that run for a little bit. Designer by Punch.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just hear this. Wow.
Yeah.
RGF, we an army. RGF, we an army. Fuck, boy, what you thinking? I'm in the trap house while you sleeping. I cashed out for them demons, man. I'm past Detroit to these deacons.
Yeah, delivering right now.
No Washingtons and no Lincolns. I'm bent up doing a money dance, cause Nick make sure that we eating squad.
Big. So out of the entire crew, which sounds like the new Wu-Tang you walked into, I mean, I'm trying to figure out how you connected with Punch, you know?
That's what I do. Like, I sit here and I just network. I network with everybody. Like, I'm just the type of guy I just pull up. You know what I feel me? Like, you come with some vibes, like some, you know what I mean? I could pull up. You feel me? I just pull up and just meet whoever. You feel me?
Connect.
See what's up. Yeah. That's how I find y'all.
Yeah, yeah, for real.
So,
yeah, the experience here was pretty organic the way that came together.
For real.
So going forward, what are you looking to do? Or are you looking for other acts in other genres? What's your game plan with your company?
Right now, I'm just trying. I'm focusing on Punchy right now. I'm trying to get him, get him out there where he need to be. Feel me? Like his music need to be out there. Feel me?
Could you share with my audience and everybody listening right now and watching this, how they can get in touch with you if they wanted to book him for a show or really gain access to some more music?
Definitely, you could hit me up on Instagram too. Feel me? It's Bizzy Brazy 1700, BIZZY BRAZY 1700. Feel me? And that's on Instagram. You can hit me on that, and my email, feel me, is thekid0630. Feel me? So at gmail.com. Feel me? So you can hit me on that too.
Oh, big. I always ask my guests as we get ready to wrap here, I would like to, as you see the way things are moving in our world, how things are moving in your world, you have the ability, I give you the magic wand, 2 things that you could make an impact with. What would be those 2 things?
I'm trying to make a name for myself, feel me? And then the biggest impact pretty much is I try to do something for my kids, feel me? I want them to be good forever, feel me? So
let me ask you this, I've read before, we have to be very specific when we talk to the universe and say those things.
Right.
So I'm going to ask you that question again, and I want you to be specific. You got 2 things that you can make an impact on this world. You got the magic wand. What's the first thing?
Make a name for myself.
Through,
I just want everybody in the world to know me.
Okay.
Yeah. Just that's how I'm coming, and then I want my kids to be good no matter what, like in life, like they have everything they need, everything they want. Nice.
And I appreciate the fact that not only have you been clear and open in this podcast, but the fact that you are taking on the artists you're really serving and promoting and really helping others, because when you do that, you're going to definitely benefit, because the universe and the cycle of life promotes that.
Right.
If you want to serve, if you want to be the best leader, you really got to serve. Squirrel Rosenberg dropping a jewel on Squirrel Rosenberg Podcast here. So as we get ready to wrap, with Punchy, people can get in touch with you through your Instagram, through your Gmail. If you want to book shows, you guys are doing shows.
Yeah, we got a show in Atlantic City on Sunday, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Where?
Pull up. It's at the Boneyard Bar and Grill.
Okay. Look in the camera. Let them know.
Yeah, Boneyard Bar and Grill in Atlantic City. Pull up. Punchy gonna be there performing. Feel me? That designer, that wagon. Feel me? Yeah,
big.
About to be lit. About to be lit. Yeah.
Squirrel Rosenberg Podcast. Bizzy. Thank you so much for coming through, bro. Dropping jewels, being open, letting everybody know that even after the biggest curveball, you can come back and still make an impact like my boy is. Yo, big shout out, Squirrel Rosenberg Podcast. Punch, 1.
There's money to be made. I'm on the road to the riches. You in another lane. I'm all alone at the bar.